In the dark of the night, a city in despair whispers in the alley, secrets fill the air. A shattered planet where the truth is hard to find. Mysteries unraveling, leaving scars behind. Shattered planet where the shadows breed. Crimes unsolved, a never-ending need. Rocking the headlines with stories untold. Welcome to the chaos, the darkness unfolds.
Hello, welcome back to Shattered Planet. I have been absent for a while due to some personal difficulties, including losing my job because of my political views on immigrants, but I am back now. People say there isn't an issue with illegal immigrants, but let's have a quick overview of some of the more prolific cases that have been reported in the last 3 months. Wayne Broadhurst, aged 49, was murdered while walking his dog and trying to stop Safi Daywood, aged 22, from killing another man who was his landlord, as well as a 14-year-old boy. Rhiannon White, aged 27, was murdered by Deng Chol Majek, who stalked her as she made her way home from the hotel where she worked and he was staying in, before stabbing her to death on a train station platform no less than 22 times with a screwdriver. Anthony Williams, aged 32, who boarded a train at Peterborough with a knife and went on a spree to hurt as many people on the train as he could, injuring 11 people before the driver could stop at Huntingdon Station and Williams was arrested. Mohammed Azim, aged 41, was previously given an 11-year sentence for drowning a man in a canal. After his release, he bottled and raped a homeless woman, and then, after he was released again, he has been charged with the murder of 19-year-old Lily Whitehouse in Oldbury. She was found with serious injuries, and despite the best efforts of the emergency services, she was pronounced dead at the scene. Katie Fox, aged 34, who was simply waiting for a bus when Dejason Raphael, aged 21, ran up and stabbed her in the neck in an unprovoked attack. She was rushed to the hospital, but sadly passed away from her injuries 3 days later. And I am unable to find a picture of Mr. Raphael. Fawaz Alassanu, aged 33, who targeted his victim as she left a nightclub in Cardiff. He attacked her beneath a railway bridge, strangling her and sexually assaulting her. Hassan Jangir, who used his car to kill Chris Marriott and injuring Alison Norris after they stopped to help Jangir's sister, who was knocked unconscious by him after a disagreement at her wedding. Jangir hit his sister's new father-in-law with a car and then drove over his sister, his mother, and the 2 kind-hearted people that had stopped to help his sister. If that wasn't bad enough, Janga then pulled a knife from the car and stabbed his new brother-in-law. Shazad Mughal, aged 47, worked as a security guard at Old Trafford Cricket Club. He was asked by a woman if she could use the toilet. He allowed her to do so before sexually assaulting her in his security booth. The victim managed to flee the scene and call the police, remaining hidden until an officer could locate them. Mihai Nicolae Patran, 34, who raped a woman doctor over the course of 40 minutes in a city centre alley in Glasgow. Previously arrested for exposing himself on a train, and during his trial in the dock, performed a sex act on himself. Mohammed Wajid Koko, 24, who sexually assaulted and raped a woman in the city of Tamworth. Charles Liebird, aged 63, who was found guilty of 11 counts including indecent assault and sexual intercourse with a girl under 13 years, has been jailed for 20 years at Manchester Square, Crown Court. Bashir Hotak, 23, launched his sex attack on a woman and beat her at Simmons Bar in Leicester Square. Trey Cabway, 25, approached his victim, a man in his 40s, from behind during a mid-afternoon walk in Watford and stabbed him once in the head and again in the neck. He spat in a police officer's face upon his arrest and has previous for GBH. Rizwan Khan, 40, who was a TV extra appearing on programmes such as Hollyoaks and has been handed a jail sentence after he was found guilty of raping 2 women. He was also found to have sexually assaulted one of his victims and slapped a child across the face in separate incidents. These are just a handful of the vile crimes that have been happening all over the UK, and it has gotten too out of control, and the Labour government seem oblivious to the problems that they have caused by not stopping illegal immigrants. Before too long, the British people will take matters into their own hands. I don't want a civil war, but it feels like one isn't far from happening. It needs to end now, before it's too late. Thank you for listening. Stay vigilant and stay safe.
In the dark of the night, a city in despair, whispers in the alley, secrets fill the air. A shattered planet where the truth is hard to find, mysteries unraveling, leaving scars behind. Shattered planet where the shadows breed, crimes unsolved, a never-ending need. Rocking the headlines with stories untold. Welcome to the chaos, the darkness unfolds.